Hi guys, it's checkacola Matt. 안녕하세요, madam입니다. checkacola. So today I'm going to be talking about pets in Korea. So I've gotten a couple questions about pets, like cats, dogs, fish, birds in Korea. So what I've noticed in Korea, lots of people have like cats and dogs and fish, but usually the dogs people have here are smaller, and like the cats, of course, they're inside cats because in Korea it's mostly urban and city, so people keep the cats inside and usually don't walk them outside. And fish, almost every supermarket or like place in Korea has like a pet store or like a little section of pets. So if you go into like a big supermarket, there'll always be like a pets section, and they'll sell like many 5, 10, 15 different kinds of fish. And they'll also sell like mice, hamsters, guinea pigs, and budgies and lovebirds, and maybe cockatiels sometimes. So for pets in Korea, it's very easy to get a pet if it's small. So again, like cats and dogs, you can buy a cat and a dog almost like anywhere in Korea if you know where to go. In Seoul, there's actually like a whole street of people selling like cats and dogs. It's very interesting. You see a pet shop, pet shop, pet shop, pet shop, pet shop, pet shop, all in one row. And on the other side, again, it's pet shop, pet shop, pet shop, pet shop, pet shop. And the dogs will be in front of like a big window, a glass window. And they'll be in a little container section. It'll be all glass, like glass, glass, and then the storefront glass. So I'd say about 90 to 95% of the dogs you see in these pet stores are all small dogs. And then there's a little exception. Sometimes you'll see like a Labrador or a German Shepherd or like a Doberman. But in Korea, usually people don't really like big dogs because when you live in an apartment complex, it's really hard to exercise your dogs unless you have a park close by to your house. But I have noticed that in Korea, pet food is really expensive too compared to USA and Canada. I'd say the pet food, most pet foods are like 2 or 3 times more expensive in Korea than in Canada. So here, having a pet is really expensive. So having a big dog, which would eat many food, like lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of food, would actually be very, very, very expensive in the long run. Also, with having a dog here, when you go to the parks, you always have to have a leash. It says no unleashed dogs in the parks, and you have to have a doo-doo bag. So when your dog poops, you have to collect the poop and put it in a trash can or keep it with you. However, I have noticed some people do not have leashes or doo-doo bags, which is very, I don't know, discerning. I'd say very sad sometimes. When you're walking in the park and you see like dog poop on the middle of the sidewalk, not that good. You know, little kids playing there, little kids stepping it. Not that sanitary. But anyways, so about dogs, yeah. In Korea you can get dogs like fairly easy. Just the kinds of dogs you might be a little limited on. It's usually smaller dogs. And if you want a bigger dog, you'll get like 3 or 4 different kinds of bigger dogs you can pick from. Or like a Jindo. The Jindo is probably like the most common big dog in Korea. It's from Korea, the Jindo region. And here's South Korea, there's Seoul here. Jindo was down south, maybe like Busan here, and Jindo over here. So that's probably the most common big dog you'll find in Korea is a Jindo. And about the small dogs, I'm not too sure about what the most common small dogs would be. Maybe like a poodle or like a cocker, no, I'm not too sure, like a poodle? Or the white dog, I can't remember. There's a whole bunch of little white dogs. Not Pomeranians, not Jack Russells. It's a common like white, maybe Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu dog. Similar dogs like Shih Tzu, there's hundreds, if not thousands of those in like every city. They're all pitch white with the black eyes. So for dogs, it's fairly common to see someone with a smaller dog. Now cats are again kind of a niche market in Korea. You can see many wild cats, but in like the pet stores, you'll never see those cats outside. The cats, once you buy a cat, you basically take it to your apartment and it stays there. unless it has to go to the vet, then it goes like to the vet and then back to your apartment. You won't see anyone in Korea like walking their cats on leashes or even playing with their cats outside. Usually the only places you'll see cats in Korea is in pet shops or cat cafes or at your friend's house if they have a cat. Other than that, you won't see any domesticated cats. Outside, you'll see wild cats. Korea has lots of wild cats. In like the parks and like the mountains, you'll see maybe if you go to like where there's like a river or like there's a food somewhere, a food source, you can see like maybe 15, 20 wild cats. It's kind of cool. Similar to North America, but these cats are usually domesticated cats that have been released and like don't have no owner, or they've been like kittens that have grown up in the wild. And for fish again, fish, you can buy fish like at almost any supermarket. Like in the little guppies, little fighting fish, the betta fish, goldfish. They're everywhere in Korea. And the fish actually are very cheap in Korea compared to Canada, USA. So that's actually good. If you want a cheap little pet that you don't have to take care of much, you just get a little bowl of water and you get a little goldfish. It's very good. And then there's some rare or like unique animals. I've seen a couple tarantulas in Korea sold at pet shops, but not every pet shop will have a tarantula. The birds, again, they'll have finches, budgies, and like cockatiels almost at almost every single pet shop. And then sometimes they'll have different style birds. I've seen maybe like 4 or 5 parrots, but the one parrot I've seen was maybe in the pet shop for a long time. It was like super old and it could talk. And they were still trying to sell it. So maybe that's not the greatest thing to do. Keep a parrot in a pet shop for like years and years and years. But if you want some rare exotic animals, you can find them. I've seen bearded lizards. Actually, bearded lizards, I'd say maybe in like 1 in every 5 supermarkets or 1 in every 5 pet shops, you can find a bearded lizard. They're actually pretty cool, but they're a little expensive here. And like turtles and frogs, again, turtles and frogs you probably find in like 1 in every 2 pet shops or 1 in every 2 supermarkets. But they're fairly common here. Turtles, I was surprised. They're like sometimes manwon or imanwon, so $10 or $20 for a turtle. But the only thing about turtles is the turtles you buy, they'll be like really small. You can fit them in like this part of your hand, between your finger and your thumb. But then after like a year or 2, they'll be like, and they get bigger, bigger, bigger. And sometimes people will release them into lakes and parks. And actually, the park beside my house had a couple turtles in there, which I'm pretty sure were pets, but they got so big that they released them into the lake. Because the lake actually freezes over in the winter, so I'm not too sure how those turtles are going to do this winter, but if they're alive next year, maybe they were there before. If they're, like I can't see the turtles anymore, they definitely were pets. So thank you guys for watching my video. If you guys have any more concerns or like any comments, you can leave a comment down below, or a like or a dislike. Kind of a strange topic, but I got a couple people ask me about pets in Korea, so I just talked about what I knew about. I don't really know much about pets in Korea, but you should be able to find like sites and blogs on it. So thank you guys for watching my videos again. You should be able to subscribe maybe here or here, and there's a video here, here, or here, or here. 안녕하세요. checkacola out.